Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Brickstop Live with me, your host, Jason. I'm your host, Jason, and we got Jim in the house as well with Retro Space Coats. How you guys doing today, this morning, tonight for you, I guess, this evening, whatever.
Yeah, kind of early evening, late afternoon. Yeah, all is good over here, or as well as can be. In the middle of a bit of a sorting mayhem, so excuse the mess behind me, but in amongst the mess is a little mock. So we're talking about blue coats today.
Beautiful.
Excited, Jason, very excited.
Yeah, sorry about the delay on the start of the stream. We had daylight savings, and I had some stuff I forgot to put in, and it was I thought I was ready to go, and I wasn't, so I delayed a Lorem Systems lunch a little bit. Sorry about that. Hope you can jump on that now.
Well done for holding out, man.
Glatmox says I want a full poster of this amazing catalog art. Yeah, they should. Lego has, not to start this whole thing with a rant, but Lego has the ability and the opportunity to do so much interesting stuff with the things that they already have done, like making high resolution posters available for AFOLs, right? For stuff like this to put on their walls, kind of like the ones we have, behind me, right? Like back here. But they don't do that. That's really not super available. I mean, they have some of the old posters you can buy, but redoing all that and putting it on their website for like $20 a poster, they would sell those. They'd make thousands and thousands of dollars.
They really would.
And that's stuff they already own. It's their artwork. They could do it without any like huge cost to themselves. I just don't know.
It would mean they'd have to acknowledge us, and they're not going to do that, are they?
I don't know. I mean, I guess, yeah. So the blue coats, it's interesting when you like start looking up the factions for pirates. They don't really. It's a little difficult because when you look up Imperials or like Imperial soldiers or whatever, you get the red coats, you get the blue coats, or you get like timelines where these guys were out with the pirate sets. Yeah. So they don't divide them up as easily as like, say, Unitron or Spyrus or something like that, because they aren't really their own theme, I guess. But
I mean, I always see them as factions within pirates almost,
Yeah, so it was kind of a little trickier to find everything I needed, and that's why I didn't have everything when I started. But so I don't have the little battle pack, the Pirate Minifigs battle pack, but that was a crossover set. I think I got all the rest of them on here. 1989, it looks like, was when they got launched. And they're considered on the Brickopedia to be Imperial soldiers, as opposed to Imperial Guard being the red ones.
Yes.
So these are the soldiers.
I mean, I think it was always very clear. I'm quite happy to go with the settlers thing, but to me, it was always very clear that these were French, and that's Lego's fleur-de-lis on the flag. Red coats being British, and the Armada being Spain.
Yes, I agree. That's what
blue coats, because of some lateral literacy on the box that does actually refer to them as settlers. So it's not a this way or the other.
And I think we've had this discussion. No, I agree. I'm riding off of what you said. I mean, I think they are considered to be the French faction. I mean, those were the two major factions, if you will, in that time, right, in the world of the golden age of piracy, whatever. I mean, British and French were some of the biggest powers at the time, right? So it makes sense that they would be represented here. There are, like you said, on the box for the Fort El Dorado, I think the original box, it mentions a governor and settlers, but French had settlers too, like France, Britain, all of these different countries had colonists and settlers, and so that doesn't make them not French.
No, and also this is Lego's rose-tinted goggles. Look at all of these factions. So yes, there were blue coats in the English and etc. It's not.
Oh, that's a fair point. Actually, we're planning a huge mock for BrickCon. Hopefully, we get it all put together, and we're actually going to be including the blue and the red coats on the same side as Royal Marines on the ships versus like infantry on the fort or whatever. So we'll just use because that is actually, if you look at any historical imagery of colonial soldiers, there's like green coats, black coats, red coats, blue coats,
Yeah.
all in the same army,
Yeah.
similar garb with different colors
Yeah,
of
yeah.
coats and things to indicate
Of course.
different
Yeah.
positions. So
That's an exciting we look forward to seeing that. I'll be interested to see which flag. I understand that with the torsos, what you say makes sense.
yeah,
Which flag will you choose? Whether you'll choose the red one?
yeah, we'll see.
In my eyes, that was the one I would gravitate to if it was going to be like English red and blue coats. But again, this is stuff that you can mix up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, just like we talked about with Castle, you can mix it up a bit, if you want. It's Lego, But if there's going to be an actual lineage of history to follow, I think blue French, red English, Armada Spain. Is the shared sort of consensus.
Yeah, and then you can bring in your own factions and do your own stuff with either current torsos. I did the what did I call those guys? The black ones with the little fire.
The Royal Marines.
Royal Marines, I think. Yeah, and then I had the Queen's Guard, which I did the
green ones.
Yeah, so you can do a lot with that. But okay, so blue coats. Today's blue, and we're calling it the Blue Coats. That's not their official, technically their Lego official faction name, but
it's their a full name.
It's what we call them. They're the Blue Coats, and let me pull in a couple of comments, and then we'll get kind of going on this here. So we got Spacer Nate in here. Let's see. Has anyone tried the third-party sales? I have partial Imperial ship, and those sales are the sale prices are nuts. Have you, Retro, tried any of the third-party sales?
Yes, I've got lots of third-party sales. In fact, I've got a schooner with some third-party sales.
Well, let's pull it up. Let's take a look.
Very quick look at the schooner. 2 seconds.
This is what the show's about. We're gonna take a look at this. Brickativity's in the house. Brickativity. Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, how's it going?
One where Jim dropped the schooner.
Okay, here we go. Let's pull this up full screen. Pop it on here.
Yeah, I've got the Imperial flagship for the Redcoats up there just behind me. If you look behind me in the background, you can see that one. That's also third-party sales. Okay. These are third-party sales. They don't quite have that starch spray rigidity. In fact, if you look, I've done what Trix Bricks did similar and sort of bent them forward with a hinge behind the sail, just to make them look like there's some wind in the sails. And you will probably be noticing there's some weird substitutes and mods on this. This isn't exactly the schooner. It's been Jimified, but generally speaking, it's 90% of the instructions for the schooner, and the sails are all in exactly the same places, and that's what we're showing off. So these are third party. That is a chap called Tim's Custom Bricks, and you can find him through Instagram. He will also do stickers. Any torso you can think of, if you've got a design, you can send it to him. He has got a really comprehensive catalogue, but you can just send him whatever you want and he'll do it for you. He's really open to stuff like that, which is good. Okay. So he's done some stuff for me. So again, you can find them on eBay and stuff as well. They're not too hard to get. I can't attest to those ones. I can only attest to these, but for me, these are great quality. It's just nice to see them without the off-white. Nice to see them with the bright quality.
Most of mine are. No, I agree, man. And most of mine are kind of, they got the little bit of a tan color now from the age. So it's fun to get them crisped up like that. So it sounds like some third-party sales are pretty decent. I've heard good things about most of the third-party sales. I don't have one to recommend necessarily because I haven't bought any myself. So.
I must say the blue coats is where you've got to be careful. We're on talking about the blue coats, so let's just bring that little segue to relevance a second. Okay. I have a set of sales for the blue coats from a third party that weren't from Tim. I should have got them from Tim. They weren't. They were from just an eBay seller who had. I was just excited to see them at a glance, and I bought them straight away because they were a reasonable price. When I got them, the stripes are too close together and there's too many stripes. If you look at that clipper in the background of this art that's on your screen now, you'll see it's quite a thick band of blue, quite a thick band of white, and there should be 4 blue and 4 white stripes on each one. Instead, this is more like, between 6 and 7 thinner ones, almost like the Armada flagship that came later with the white core. So it doesn't, it doesn't really matter, but I can tell, and I like part of the reason I like the clipper is those big thick bands of blue. So that's enough to make me buy them again just to get that right.
If you want a reproduction, and if you want a reproduction of the sail, right, being remade, basically, it'd be nice to have it accurate. I wouldn't want the sticker for the French flag to have yellow fleur-de-lis on it or something like that. Exactly. Reproduction of that makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so yeah, going back on to this. Let's see. We got James Westman in the house. Best faction. We got Bricks and Figs collectibles. Hello, welcome. 1700s. Yep, this is kind of the time era we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
I think that's most of them here. Other sales, are those double-sided prints? I don't think so. No, I don't think the sales.
Yeah.
You know what I was realizing? No, I don't think they are. The sales on the Lord of the Rings pirate ship, the big brown sails, they're only printed on one side.
Right.
And those type of sails ought to be printed on both sides, because like they you could use them as like a flying apparatus or something. They're big brown cutout sails. They almost look like Da Vinci's.
Yeah. Yeah. So shows the jibs. This is my everlasting problem with the jib sails on all these classic ships. They're printed on one side. You look at the ship from the other side. It looks slightly worse. It's annoying, especially on something like the flagship that looks gorgeous from the side with that side jib. But anyway, I mean, these are small grumbles for what are classic things. I think Brickavity put something interesting that he uses blue on his forts and red on his ships. That's quite an interesting distinction there, Brickavity. I like the sound of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait, where did you say that? Oh, here, right here.
Yeah.
Brickavity says, okay. Like you said, red on the ships. I might reverse it. But
well, it's just an interesting approach. You totally just reverse that, or not necessarily abide it. But it's I like a formula. I'm a sucker for a good formula.
I wouldn't also. Yeah, no, I get. Yeah, no, I like that, man. I also wouldn't mind, like doing some mocks with them fighting each other. But what we're gonna do this time, I think, is we're gonna have all of the unified like soldiers versus pirates and like islanders and things like that. So that's great. We'll build it out that way, I think.
Really looking forward to it.
It's if we can pull it off, it's going to be huge. Big fort, port, big ships, islands, volcano. We're going to do the whole thing.
Ace, wicked. I can't wait for that. That's great. I mean, look, you say all those things you just said, and most of them are in that picture behind there.
I know.
Absolutely, just sort of feeding their creativity on a permanent basis. I mean, how long's it been now? It's been 30 odd years. It's still there, still got staying power, haven't they? These classic factions. I remember just having the raft and getting the kind of that picture in the little book that came with just the little first mate raft with the yellow 1x1s in the middle there. That was one of the first pirate sets I think I was ever bought. But I remember my mum bringing it home for me. I was really, really young, and I remember it really vividly. The slightly more rectangular box that we used to get in the UK, and it was such good fun. And there was like another little sort of deck that you could make out of it as an alt build, and it felt like you'd got this lovely slice of this universe. And just looking at that poster and having that set were just lovely. And then seeing your set posed on the water with the shark, just little things like that. Very nostalgic, very member berry, but that's part of the stuff that's igniting it. And I think you've got to feel good about what you're doing, aren't you? When you're mocking, when you're building, when you're designing, these processes can be painstaking for Lego artists. You've got to try and remember why you're doing it, like, the payoff, the sort of, feel good about what you're doing. And these pictures just help that so much. You whack a few of these up in your room, like you say, if Lego printed them out and manufactured them, whack a couple of these up in your build space, and you're only a glance away from just pure inspiration.
Absolutely. No, and that's it. That's just going into the mock we were talking about. That's everything that I just offhandedly mentioned we're going to try and work in is kind of like right here on this poster. So obviously it's been feeding creativity forever and influencing my whole like take on this Lego pirate world. I like also what you pointed out when you say like, maybe you didn't get everything in this picture all at once, but you got the little raft or maybe the little the lockup lagoon or whatever. What's it called?
Well, we weren't as entitled back then as well. So just knowing where your toy belonged in this universe was just nice enough.
I
think about getting the other ones later. Luckily enough, though, my brother did get the Clipper that Christmas. So.
The Clipper isn't as hard to get as the British ship. The Clipper is, at least here in America.
No, it's same here. Plentiful. It's the red one that's hard.
Yeah, the red one is twice as much usually, or maybe
that's why
the $50-$60.
Yes, that's why the center hull piece of that ship with the thinner sized center hull, that one is harder, rarer, and more expensive on the secondhand brick markets because of that fact.
Because I think I have two of these Clippers.
Yeah.
Like,
If you're trying to make
sails.
a thin one.
Yeah.
That's great though. Like having two of these is cool because you can have the two in the fleet, or you can make the big boy that's more like the Barracuda with two sets of masts and stuff. Like your interesting little ship video reel that you uploaded with your cool expansion of the red one. You can totally do that with the blue one, but you could afford to go another couple deep with you.
Right. Yeah. So
check these out.
Yeah, so these are the set lineup. We have what is this one? We got Lagoon Lockup, and
Lagoon Lockup,
Broadsides Brig.
Broadsides Brig, the one that started it all. Special set this for me.
Beautiful little guy. And I think we had is this the one? What do you mean started it all? Is this one of your first sets you ever got?
The heart emojis just coming out of my head. Broadsides Brig was the beginning of it, like everything. I just remember, like, because by the time I was really into it, like 3, 4, 5, right into like, well, maybe 4, 5, 6 actually. By the time I was really into it, 93 Ice Planet. I was born in 87. I was well into it by Ice Planet. So by the time I was 6, I was in the zone.
Yeah.
But before that, the bits I had to play with had all been really ill-treated, and the sails were all beat up from the Clipper, because when my brother had the Clipper, I would have been way too young, no value system, just, everything got kind of trashed. So we only had traces and bits of it, but we still had the instructions for Broadsides Brig, and we still got most of the pieces for this. This was one I was able to remake. So my first Lego that you'd got back from a time that had came before you, this is the one. This is technically the first kind of recollection happening when I was like 6 or 7 out of my brother's old bits. So that yellow corner panel just etched into the consciousness. It's like, it's just, it's a weird thing. It's just a lot of admiration for the set, because again, that early 90s, late 80s thing, they gave you, they did a bit more with the brick. It was a bit higher brick count. Yeah, we had panels and stuff, but you get all that crenellation work at the top. You get the quite rare white facets, not easy to come by, especially not in a bright white condition. Those are a little bit rarer, so it's good that you get plenty of them on this. You got like 3 of them on this.
You got the big printed flag.
And the jail technique, the trick pony of this set, the jail technique, the idea of putting the hollowed space in the arch can house the top of the bar. That's a game changer, because that can now go in loads of windows in your mocks and stuff. And then it's kind of the budget Lagoon, but for some weird reason, I prefer the Brig. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, it actually is kind of, it's like almost a reverse Lagoon mini scale. Yeah. I first saw the bar jail windows technique in Imperial Outpost from the British, the red coats, which I think in that one it actually hinged up and down.
Yes,
but it was built in, and they had little clips holding the bars halfway up with a little
you get them
circular 1x1s and everything. And I was like, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
That way was really cool as well. That the 3 really good ways. That way you've just mentioned, this way, and the one on the back of King's Mountain Fortress with the lamp bar and the like the little just classic Lego prison / bar door solution.
Love it. Love it, man. Let's see. So these are the 2. Well, there's one more location. Well, there's actually 2 more locations. Actually, the next slide will have the boats. The rest of them are actually locations, which is kind of interesting, because they're a water faction, but there's at least they all have boats, right? But
water's not out of place in their factions. We probably acknowledge as well the sort of color scheme that's established. So you've got yellow, white, and then if you look carefully, Broadsides Brig's on a grey plate. This one uses a grey plate below the second floor. The Lagoon does. So we've got like yellow, white, grey, black decking, and then there's also established this blue-red awning decoration idea for the blue coats on this.
Yeah, so only shows up in this.
Yeah,
I think, right?
I think it does. Yeah, it's pretty consistent across. The rest of the color schemes are pretty consistent across all the sets, including Eldorado. But this sort of establishes it, and I always quite like that aspect of it. It's very accessible, even when you were young, to start like mocking stuff up for this faction or slice of the Pirates world. And I like it. Yeah, the yellow prison that's on the other side of the Broadsides Brig jail is the big prison door that you get in 6267 Lagoon Lockup, but it's in yellow, not white. If you get both of them, you get some nice different. Like if you get both of these, which wouldn't have been dead expensive, it would have been doable over a Christmas and birthday or something. You could like make an even bigger. You could put a tower on the Lagoon with the pieces from the Brig and the corner wall and stuff. So Loads of cool mock stuff. I like the
Yeah.
bosun as well, as my final comment. I like the fact that it's slightly different than most of the pirate guys you get come after this.
Oh,
The
okay.
bosun, he's a bit more, he's not got a beard or anything, just a normal grin. Red top and red trousers
That's
and
right.
red bandana. Bosun
Oh,
Will, I
yeah.
can't remember what he's called.
I don't remember either. Both that might be right. Yeah. So I'm not
Bosun
pulling
Will.
in. Yeah, we're not pulling in too much of the lore here, but we will. I mean, talk about the governor and whatnot.
Yeah, of course. Just a quick nod to the minifigs, really, in the set.
No. I mean, you're welcome. If you remember lore, bring it. I just didn't do like research.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I know there's some like German audiobooks and different things like that.
Yeah.
There's I think a comic book that came with some of these sets as well. Not like with some of just the pirate sets in general.
Yeah, I've seen the depictions of Redbeard in them as well.
Isn't the monkey like Spinoza? Yeah, and I think one of the sets had the parrot named perhaps in some.
Potentially. If you know that, drop it in the chat.
Yeah. Sorry about not getting some of the lore here, but
Red Oars.
The Red Oars. We saw that Lorem systems like in Red Oars. He says there's a lot of rebuildability, something LEGO never does anymore unless it's with a dumb 3-in-1. I actually like a lot of the 3-in-1 sets. I think. You can call them whatever you'd like.
Those are some of my favorite things because at least they stick to an old at least that's like Lego Basics sort of continuation from in my perspective.
Yeah,
as long as that stuff's available, it's cool.
I mean, in a sense, I think it's kind of keeping the concept of what Lego's root or foundation is alive in those 3-in-1 sets, whether or not you love them or hate them, or that they don't necessarily represent the factions or themes that you like because it's just a one-off. It's still nice to see that, I think. But I totally get the sentiment. Like, it's not. It's not what we want.
Yeah, because you look at it and you think, oh, so much effort for this thing. What is it? And you think, why couldn't this have just been like a pirate raft or something? But maybe we'll get it. Probably.
I get that. We got General.
Howdy, General Tron.
And then Brickavity says, I only do, I don't reverse it because of the numbers of figs and ships, and the ship sales down. Yeah, so he was talking way back. We were talking about the blue and the red coats, fort versus ships and stuff, and they're doing that just because of the amounts or the numbers they have. So, so let's see. I want to pull up this real quick. We're going to look at that. We got a couple of actually quite nice looking alt builds for this.
Sweet.
Nice. I think the little tower one's pretty cool down here on the lower left. I also like the low kind of wall on the dock out here.
Yeah.
You see that one over there on the right?
Sort of top left on the
top left. Sorry, I was talking about the
nice, especially with an arch incorporated and then the crenellation carrying on.
Right?
Really cool. In fact, I might have to nick that a bit. Weird that the stone's on top of the wood, but it's not done. You can get away with that. It's very cool ideas. Good food for thought. They got a little bit higher up, didn't they, above the jail? But not enough pieces to put another tower on that. But that would have been very similar to the Redcoats one that came after the Imperial Outpost. It's cool. If it had a little bit of a tower in the middle. So yes, good stuff here.
I like. I also like the cannon on wheels.
Yeah,
I like that better than mounted cannons. Almost 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Couple times it makes sense, to do a mounted cannon in a spot. It's very Lego, but
do the mount, but with the wheels on. Get some jumpers and have those go on the wheels, and then
I like the wheels.
Have the best of both.
I like down here they have the pirates like wading around in the lagoon.
Yeah.
They're like,
I always love the sort of take the legs off and he's just wading.
Yeah. We do that. We still do that in our in our builds and stuff. And then we have the boat in like a dry dock down here on the lower left. That's kind of fun. It's up on the dock here. So
bit of a service.
Not to get too caught up in the alt build here, but we just thought I'd pull that in. I have this alt build and I have the alt build for the Eldorado Fortress. I didn't bring any other ones in because they're so small.
No, it's okay. It's good to acknowledge these some of them.
General Tron says, I always saw the Bluecoats as the French. In history, American colonists didn't have any sort of unified colors against the Redcoats. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the American colonists or the Continental Army was brown coats, tan coats, You know, they were like the Minutemen. So,
Mhm.
but there was some. I mean, you could use the blue coats as like Washington's like Valley Forge army. Like if you
Yeah.
wanted to like trick them out a certain way, that would look fine in my opinion. Put some, you know, some of the early American flags and stuff in their camps. But you know, that's the glory of Lego. You can kind of work it to whatever you want. But generally, as far as the sets and the lore is concerned, it seems like these guys were representing the French presence in the pirate world. So
For
long
sure.
live the Redcoats. We got Andy in the house. Redcoats, you know, you can't go wrong, man. You know, there's something about them. We like the Redcoats. We got supporters of both in the chat, so that's awesome.
Yeah, man. That's all right. That's good.
Speaking of Redcoats, last night I played a video game called Hold Fast. Have you heard of this one?
Nope.
It's like I guess like have you heard of like Mountain Blade or like some of these like open kind of battle maps?
I'm not
Okay.
terrible with video games. I left off at Command and Conquer and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Back in the day.
Okay. Well, I hadn't played a game like this really in a while. I played one called Chivalry, where it was like a knight with a sword. You just run around and like hack each other.
I do know the types of games you're referring to, though.
Yeah.
I just don't play them very much.
So real quick, just to bring in some personal experience here of just a fun thing I did that is kind of related to this. There's a game. It's on Steam and it's called Hold Fast. I think Nations at War or something like that. And you can play in these maps with 150 other players on the maps as British soldiers or French or German during the colonial era. And like you have muskets and cannons and it's absolutely a nightmare. There's like the reload time to reload your musket. You're just standing there like waiting to get hit by another musket ball from the other side because it literally takes like 30 seconds in real gameplay to reload your musket. And there's like forts you're defending and you're all up there like shooting down, and it's actually a crazy time. I played for like 2 hours last night with my buddy.
That's amazing.
Totally nuts. Just the most wild video
amazing.
game. It is so funny. And then there's proximity chat. So you got all these people like pretending to have British accents and stuff. They're like, "Oh, jolly good, let's go. Hold the line." It's just
jolly good chaps, follow me.
Yep. He's like, over the embankment, over the wall, hold the line. And then like, there's like commanders. If you can play as a commander, and he'll like put a little line down on the like map where you can like he'll be like, "Form up, boys, form up," and you like people will run up with their muskets and like stand in a line and try to like fight off the like French or the.
See, now you're making me want to play some video games.
It's so goofy. Amazing. This thing, it's like $10. It's on sale on Steam for like.
I'll get onto one of my buddies who's got all the gear next time I'm around.
It's the funniest thing ever. It's so easy to play. Like you can play and like one map takes like 10 minutes and then you can call it. Like if you don't want to keep doing that, it's not like a super invested game. But you'll have a good time. You'll just like relive the like literal Lego pirate days basically in real life. It's pretty funny stuff.
That was amazing.
So, Napoleonic era.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
and then I suppose the imagery in that will feed some creativity for Lego Pirates. So that's always a good thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, they did all the maps. So, like, there's boats and maps and, like, ports, and there's old forts and star forts you defend. And there's, like, literally, I think there's up to 150 people in the lobby. So you got, like, 70 people in the forts, like, shooting out of walls and, like, everywhere. And then if they get too close, you can bayonet them and, like, fight with swords and stuff.
That's amazing. You need to get in there, start colonizing stuff and naming them after Lego sets.
Like broadsides break, defend it.
To broadsides break, son. Yeah, amazing. That would be funny.
So Bricks and Fix Collectibles gameplay is crazy.
In the chat
so you may play this then? Okay, yeah. All right, not to get completely off onto video games. Maybe I'll do a live stream.
It's a side plot for today's episode. That's the side quest that can be going in the background while we talk about these Lego sets. Anyone played that? Try not to think of the colours on and any real countries. That's why minifigs are yellow and should never got flashed to them. I think Brickavity has got a really lovely point there, and I do. This is one time when I'm happy to buy into that universalist sort of approach, because it is you project your play scenario onto the bricks, and it's whatever makes you happy at the end of the day. You know, I just said before about feeling good about what you're doing, not to sound very hippy dippy, but it is kind of true, you know. And especially if you're getting into designing and taking it more to an art form, enjoy it. Otherwise, it's going to show in your build and show in where you take it, how much you're enjoying it or not. So that's always a good thing. And in that respect, anything can be whatever it wants. And you know, I know you've had some great fun making up custom factions, and I know a lot of your stuff is based on research and quite well informed. But there's a lot of a whimsical nature to it that's wonderful as well, you know. So I agree with the cavity. I agree with him. It's cool. That is. I see where he's coming from.
Yeah,
it's what you want it to be.
I'm with you pretty much there too. It is.
But it's French, English, and Spanish. if you really want. That's what's actually happening.
You can play it any way you want, really, and that's what it comes down to. So here's the what was this one called?
This is Saber Island.
Yeah, Saber Island. This is the one I somehow overlooked. So this is why the quality is so trash. I literally grabbed a screenshot right before I launched the live. Yeah. So it's a little bad looking. I apologize for that. But this is the other little tower build. A nice selection of figs here. Another big blue flag here. You know, so you're
sure.
And it's one of my favorite base plates.
Yeah, I really
use that one all the time.
These stayed available for quite a long time after '89. You could still get these in '92 and stuff in Woolworths in the UK. Because I remember really wanting this one from the catalogue from my little raft, but it not being there, they're not having it. But they did have the pirate one that had this base plate, and I ended up getting that one for my birthday instead. But I really wanted this one because of the big flag and stuff.
Yeah. No, this is great. I mean, the prices on these were crazy. You know. Good. Oh, here's those
doing the parts.
Just for the amount, the figs and stuff, the amount of figs you get, the brick printing on the paneling here.
Yeah, so it's been under a tenner this or something around a tenner, and it got a flag, a panel, a cannon, a mint base plate, 3 minifigs, a palm tree, loads of nice lattice bits. I mean, you name it.
Yeah, I was going to mention the lattice bits in dark or light gray like that. You said were kind of tricky now to get. So
I've had to have a load of them from AliExpress. I've got some of the grey ones, but to get them in, because I've got the same thing that Andrew used to have, where I don't like light grey, so I have to replace everything with me. Medium stone grey.
Oh, you can always send all that old cruddy grey over to me. If you
I've still got that. But the thing, I should rephrase actually. I don't like mixing. I have got my old grey, and what I'll do is I will build. When I've got enough old grey pieces, I will build something just old grey with all just old colours and old brown and stuff. But I'm sort of haven't got a massively good collection of old grey compared to the newer one, because a medium stone grey was always just the modus operandi when I was sort of collecting back fast. But every now and again it trips me up, like those corner crenellations from Dragon Masters and things that we've talked about in the previous weeks. It will catch you out, and this is another one. Them lattice grey pieces, which are dead nice. So I have had some of them third party, I'm afraid, but I just like them a lot. They work well for Wolfpack as well. So
yeah. What is this? Oh, the time to buy some of these.
Oh yeah. This one is quite plentifully available, but getting it with everything can be a bit of a challenge. You'll see this come up a lot, but flag clips broke and minifigs missing and broke.
Glamok says it's weird. The base plate is light gray underneath instead of blue. Yeah,
I always thought that.
It's painted base plate, like the printed on top. Yeah.
I always used to think
odd. Sorry, I brought that one back up. Okay, let's see. Crusader in the house. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. And he says, I remember seeing some color swaps. One of the King's Castle builds into something similar to the Saber Island. Okay, but bigger with a staircase around the outside. I really like that idea. Yeah, that sounds... Dude, we're getting back to the staircase along the outside. That's one of my favorite things. I don't know why.
It's so cool. Oh, no, it's just ace. It's just especially when it comes out of a top level, and then access to the next higher levels, and it's great. I love all that. Yeah, passageways, all that kind of stuff.
General Trons. Sorry, not to. I was watching. Okay, so I was watching some of the lives back a little bit. I don't watch all of them all the time back, but I was watching a little bit, and I realized when I'm reading the chat or pulling slides, and you're making a point, sometimes I don't respond to the point that you're making. I'm trying to do better. I want to have like a conversation with you.
No, it's okay. I understand. I totally decode what's going on.
I'm not dismissing you at all.
No, just keep practicing, man. You'll get better, honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm working on it here. So yes,
I'm only winding you up, dude. It's no problem. I totally understand.
I've got the stereotypism for sure. No worries about that. 2 to 3 each. Are those the railing pieces? Of 2 to 3 each? Wow, in light gray.
Wowzers.
Yeah. General Tron said he had a post about fleshies versus yellows on Instagram. So go check that out if you want to have more.
I feel like I've seen that. I mean, I'm a yellow guy, but
yeah, same. I can't. Yeah, I got to do yellow.
How could you not be like? All my favourites were yellow, so
totally.
You ruined if you think I'm going away from that. Now let's talk about, before we talk about the Clipper, let's talk about this absolute mad lad on this little boat here. What's he doing, Jason?
Well, that's his. This is the first motorboat. This is the first means of propulsion quickly across the harbor. He fires that cannon. He's already home from work. Just
he's pretty. I reckon he's probably rummed up on that bad boy. Just having a great time.
I love the concept, and that's so Lego. And it's the oversized cannon clipped to some sort of little vehicle. That's whether that's a big ballista on top of a wagon or a cannon on top of a cart or whatever it is. Like, I love the concept. He's just got his sword in his lap, ready to go. Like, I don't even know what this guy's up to.
He's ready for action. There's no denying the Harbour Sentry is ready for action. Harbour Sentry, nice sort of sub. I don't know what, an admiral below Governor Broadside, because he's got no distinguishing markings on his hat, but he has got the bicorn, but just without the white decoration. So he's obviously not as high up in the chain of command as the Gov. But he's a bit of a sort of bit of a cool character to have in your blue coats, Arsenal. You got to have that guy. He's wild.
I like this guy. I like. Here's what I like about these old things, because I mean, there's the one alternate print for the Governor.
Yep.
And then there's just the blue like coat print, right? So what they did is they used different epaulette colors, backpacks, tricorn hats, and other things like bicorn hats and things to kind of indicate rank and like characters. So you have this guy. I don't think they ever made another guy with this. Did one of these guys come on the fort? I can't remember. We'll look. But
if they did, I don't know if it was exactly like this is the thing. There's always something slightly different in the configuration. Yeah. I don't remember where that bicorn came up other than this.
Okay. And I mean, it's a pretty easy one to get. It used to be a little tricky to get the pure black ones, because they would usually have either the skull or the little decor along the top, the white trim. Now you can buy them pretty easily. There's I have bags of them now, so they're not hard to get. But
plenty of this stuff.
Yeah. So, but as far as this character goes, he seems like he's second in command. Like,
he's
the. Also, I like. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say he's like the sort of first mate equivalent on the Imperial side.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of my idea of that as well. What was I going to say? Oh, I like the concept of like having the fort and like the little like outpost into jail, and then having like 3 or 4 of these guys just rowing around like on patrol.
Yeah. They'd be crashing into each other. It'd be absolute chaos.
It's the Harbour Sentry, man.
Yeah, I think everybody needs to go and put one of these in their red coats army as well. If there isn't one, you need a Harbour Sentry on that squad as well. Maybe change the boat to brown and the cannon to red, and just mix it all up and have a little nod to that. That's the sort of thing I do anyway. Love that set. Clipper, Jason, you've got 2 of them. Give us your thoughts, mate.
It's nice. It's a nice boat. General Tron just wanted to mention the first boat to bring the law. I wonder. I assume he's talking about the Harbour Sentry, but it could be this. That could be the Caribbean Clipper. This is what they call it, the Caribbean Clipper.
Yeah. Tell us a bit more about that if you can.
It's also called something else.
What's its other name?
I thought it came with another name. Caribbean Clipper. Anyway, if there's an alt name, somebody can drop it in the chat.
Not sure.
Yeah, this is a nice boat. I've noticed both this one and the Redcoats boat, the sails are quite forward. So the whole thing's kind of forward heavy. And that's why I think it gave me the idea to add more masts in.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a gap here in this one too. This one I think is it's a bigger boat, and it's got a little more developed, hull. It's got an aft cabin. It's got a little bit more going on. It's got the crane built up on that back mast. It's interesting they didn't add a sail on the back mast here.
Yeah, it would have just really finished it off like the one on the Armada one. It would have just finished it off nicely. But, it is what it is. You can add that now easily by getting another front one or something custom done. It's nice. You get a yellow parrot. That's nice and special. That and a few Egyptian sets with sort of...
Right. It's pretty rare. Well, it was rare. I don't know how rare it is.
It's not too bad now. I've got a few. I'm not sure. I've got a few... I can't remember if it has come out on anything else.
Here it is. Oh, sorry. Not China.
Seahawk.
Yeah, Seahawk. Yeah. Governorship and the Seahawk. So all three of those names, according to Lorem Systems. I knew I'd heard the Seahawk one for sure. I don't know if I've heard governorship. I mean, it is the governor. That's Governor Broadside. He's the governor. He's the governor of the Bluecoats, the leader, if you will. He only came on this set and the fort, so he's a bit of a rare bird. Speaking of rare birds, the blackbird was very rare until recently. It came on the new.
I was going to say there's other colors, and the white one's quite easy, but the yellow one, I think,
actually. Yellow, I think, is still kind of tricky. I don't think they've repurposed that one yet or remade that one in it. I can't remember. I don't think so, though. The hardest one now, probably one of the most rare ones, is the original brown bird.
Right, yeah.
There's one in original brown.
He's hard to get. He is hard to get.
Because they don't make that color anymore. And they'll never, even if they do another brown one, it'll be reddish brown.
It'll be reddish brown, yeah. I quite like the just plain red one as well that you can use on your... cavalry in Western.
I love that one. Yeah, medium green, says Lorem System, is very nice as well. Yeah, there's a couple of light blue, like pastel, like a pink, a medium green, and like a light blue that came on a lot of the what are they called? Belleville sets.
Yes, yeah. They'd look really good in large quantities outside one of those really nice pirate mocks with all the pastel coloured fronts on the little high street pirate era mocks that you see on Instagram. People have got like pale blue wall fronts and pale orange wall fronts on some of these neo pirate mocks. A group of those really nice multicolored and pastel colored parrots outside something like that would look beautiful, wouldn't it? I think
absolutely. It is.
Yeah, the clipper, love it, but I just hate how exposed the back cabin bit is, and there's nothing going on. I would have loved a little wooden doors. Yeah, it would have been nice.
Yeah, a little bit of even. You know what would have been kind of cool? Here we're going to get off on a tangent. It's a mounted cannon on the Harbor Center.
Oh, right.
Space
Marine. It's on a 4x4 turner.
Yeah, little plate or turntable. Crusader Harbor Sentry would be a great candidate for a small brick-built cannon. Yeah, like a railgun of some sort. There's a couple on one of these ships. I think.
Well, like you did with Musketeers with the two rifles, they're cool as well.
Yeah, you could do like something that's a little more, probably not more accurate, but more feasible. Mounted rifles and such weren't really something that's going on too much. Let's see. What were you going to say? Oh, I was going to say about this cabin. How cool would it have been if they had made a wall right there and put, those little Harbor Sentry doors? Not Harbor Sentry, sorry. What's it called? The Armada outpost doors in green?
Yeah.
Do a pair of white ones.
Yeah.
Because they never did white. How cool would that have been?
Beautiful. White would have been so nice on this because of that little bit of white on the side as well. Would have knitted it in nicely. Or yellow.
Yellow would have been cool too. Yeah.
A couple of different things they could have done. But
yellow
I suppose
actually makes sense.
I really love a yellow set of those doors and blue and all the colours.
Yeah. I think yellow might, because the trim is yellow, and I think it was kind of representing gold.
What is cool is that you did get this yellow door, and you can just put a curved arch over the top if you want it to look like that. So
that's a fair point.
There are options.
Before we jump to the next slide here, I was going to mention, you were saying, so this is the Caribbean Clipper, governorship, and or also known as the Seahawk. Just a quick side note, says we're going to go on a couple of these tangents now and then. There's a movie called The Seahawk, and it stars Errol Flynn. I don't know if you know that guy, but
of course,
he plays Robin Hood in the most famous, in my opinion, the most famous version of Robin Hood. But Errol Flynn, he plays like this pirate guy, and what's cool about it is it's like this pirate movie, but it's like it wouldn't be the turn of the century, but it would be the crossover from medieval to
Yeah.
like gunpowder. So they have like rail guns and cannons, but they're using crossbows and pikes on the ships.
Right.
So it's that kind of like Imperial Armada style movie, but it's such a weird, interesting time period of like they have the big clunky musket style, like rail guns and things like that. So they have some gunpowder involved, but the majority of the fighting is all done with swords and pikes.
Swords,
and they don't have musketeers on the rails. They have like
more of a long range thing to begin with, and then
exactly. And then when they have like the grapple and they have like ship battles and stuff, but they're shooting crossbows and stuff, and they have armor. They still have some armor, like light armor and stuff.
There you go. Get some crossbows in your pirate personnel on the ship.
Yeah, I think it is. It's black and white. It's from I believe it is the one from 19.
I know the one you mean.
Yeah.
I know the one you mean.
Yeah. So anyway, just the Seahawk. I think it's called I think it's called just the Seahawk. And it's actually I enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun historical set pieces and ships and things.
We've got some food for thought after this episode. Some things to watch.
Some things you got to download. You can hold fast the video game. Play some British.
I think Vintage Productions is right here. He says, I feel like the Bluecoats needed one more set and they would have had a perfect run. Maybe a bigger boat. Maybe a harbour like the Imperial trading post. Who knows what they could have had. I think they had a good run. I think it wasn't too bad. But yeah, you can never have too much of these awesome dudes. Speaking of which, here we are. So good. They redid it.
Well, Vintage Productions, drop what kind of set you would have liked to see, the final set. I'd like to hear maybe a couple other people. If you think they needed another set, it would be good to hear maybe what.
This is one of no, you're right. Sorry, Jason, to interrupt. I agree with what you're saying, but I was just going to say because this is actually one of the factions that I think I'm happy with the wave. Some of them it was a bit like like the Armada definitely needed a few more.
Right.
But I'm open to the suggestion that these needed more. But yeah, very interested into what that would be, and then returning to El Dorado. Lovely. What are your thoughts, Jason, on this?
Oh yeah, for sure. This is a fantastic set. My wife bought me this set. I don't believe it was new because sealed it's like thousands of dollars. But at the time it was still even used. But it had the box. It was like she bought it with the box and everything. It was
amazing.
It was one of our wedding gifts she gave to me. So
that's nice.
Pretty awesome. Because otherwise I definitely would not probably have this set. I do like so the consistency is fun to see. We got the Bluecoats have red rowboats with brown oars. The Pirates have brown boats with red oars. So they've kind of kept that consistency across this line.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like consistency.
Yeah.
We have mounted cannon here. Is there another cannon in the bag, or is this fort only defended by 2 cannons? It's a little.
I feel like there could be another one, but
maybe off to the side behind the crane. But
I feel like there's another. Although there is the downward aiming. I like the downward aiming sneaky muskets.
Yeah, the sneaky musket's nice. Yeah. I also like the use. I mean, so here's an opportunity again for a different colored square door. A brown square door here might have it might have been a little too big, but like. Yeah, so it's fun that for the top here, where it's just using one of those.
I love that they used a curved one and just one of them. I think about doing that all the time when I'm mocking because I'll just find an arch in a, and I'll be like, ooh, one arch. That's interesting. Where have I got a place where I could just put half an arch and then have a little shutter below it and just have half the door, and then if it never ends up happening like that, I always do something different. But I do need to do that because I really like its execution here. I think that's a really nice. I think the crenellation configuration with the 2 45s, then the arch, so you get this kind of again echoing the overall macro of the fleur-de-lis out. It's not a fleur-de-lis shape; it's like a pizza slice, but it's sort of edged in that direction. It's just something for them, something unique for this faction that you can do, which I think is cool. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they do that again with the Redcoats, do they? They do it different. It's not exactly this way, so that's nice. Again,
they changed
talk about consistency, and also some exclusivity for this set. So yeah, that's nice. I think the bar thing under the arch happens again in this set in a couple of places, but I think it might just be 2 with a 1x4. I can't remember, but I think that happens somewhere around that jail cell.
So something to consider here.
Yeah.
I like that the torches just use a 1x1.
Yeah.
It kind of mixes it up a little bit. We saw a lot of the use of the cone as the flame, and I think this is kind of a fun, almost maybe their interpretation of a lantern as opposed to like a flaming
Yes.
torch.
Yeah.
So,
Or just dimmer lights or something.
yeah. So I like that. That's kind of fun. Probably one of the best uses of this raised ramp base blade I've ever seen.
Yeah, really nice.
Barring perhaps the dungeon master's castle.
Yeah, of course.
But
there's a few good ones. It's sort of you're right. You're right to make that last little statement there, and it is a lovely configuration. I like the fact that there's a little bit of an awning before you go through the doors, so you come ramp into an enclosed space and then go through the doors. I always like that kind of architecture is always really appealing in Lego because it gives you some layerage and some depth to your build. It kind of echoes a little bit of the composition, a little bit of the King's Mountain Fortress again.
A little bit, yeah. It's just more defensible.
It's one-sided. This has a style and a crane and that lovely corner printed panel. That might be one of my favorites, that yellow one. I know the white one is rarer, but I do like the yellow one. And we'll talk about that in a bit. So yeah, the nice bits and the arches that come in nice colours on this. So the larger arch that's like the normal tree limb. I can't remember what dimension it is, but in this build you get it in like yellow and white. And it's kind of a little bit rarer in those colours.
Yeah. So an original is a rare gem. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's even harder to get now than when I got a hold of it. So it is very special to have. Cool. Decent amount of figs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 blue coats and 2 pirates. Not a bad layout. Could have used maybe 1 or 2 blue coats. It's a whole forward, but you get a nice array. You got the little commander. What's that guy? The first mate.
I can't remember what his name is, but he's like a first mate sort of vibe. It's nice that you get 4 of the soldiers because they are the ones that generally cost the most, apart from Broadside himself. The soldiers complete cost more than the officers.
That's what it is. Yeah, the officers
on the aftermarket. I mean, not at the time. It was much
right. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, a little dock out here. I don't know. The whole concept is nice. The layout's nice. The profile's good. Like, there's nothing I have. Tree. Yeah, you got a palm tree. Stick that in the back there. A couple more palm trees you can add around it. Make it look great.
The palm tree and the pirates offset the whole yellow, grey, white, blue, black thing nicely. It's just it's the same thing like with Ice Planet. Like, it's just an unarguably good color scheme combination. It's like no complaints. It's brilliant. And I was really concerned when I heard they were going to remake it that they weren't going to bring the yellow back. I was like, don't you at least nod to the yellow, because there was a lot of worry that they'd do it in tan or something, which not necessarily would have been terrible. Some of the Neo stuff using that is amazing, but this is the flavor you want for an Icons or a sort of throwback thing, isn't it? The yellow and white is just so established after this wave. It's just really pleased. Yeah, I love it. I love this. This is prime Lego for me.
Crusader pulled up the name here.
Lieutenant de Martinez. And now that you say it, I've read that in Lego literature. Just de Martinez bit makes sense.
What we got here? Spaceship Nate. I was able to get a second fortress, and it had subtle differences compared to my childhood one. The brick prints is more red, and the cannons are the shooting type.
Ooh,
very nice.
European, maybe.
Well, so General Sean says I think the shooting cannons were the UK thing. What was that?
No, we had shooting cannons straight away. I don't remember them being any different.
Yeah, we had some here. Lorem System says he doesn't remember them having shooting cannons growing up in the US. I remember a few of them. It must have been a very early copy before the moms. Yeah, that's the whole thing. I think they stopped doing it partially. I could be wrong, but I thought the lawsuit was a US lawsuit because he was shooting his brother in the eye or something with him.
Okay.
I could be completely off on that. You could double check that, but it sounds like something we would have sued over.
You could get him to flick out quite.
No, I mean, it was a limited release, but I do recall them having the shooting cannons, and then they reissued them later the exact same way. A bunch of them shoot. Don't they shoot now? I think they shoot now. I'm pretty sure. Am I off?
Did he still make these cannons?
Didn't have them in Canada. Yeah. Well, they did recently. Didn't they have them on the new Eldorado?
Oh, yeah?
They had them on... they had these cannon molds on Barracuda Bay.
Okay, yeah, they would have done that. Yeah, maybe
So,
they do. I'm not sure. I generally don't. It's interesting. Now,
yeah,
alt bills.
I never see them fire. Yeah, I do have. I do. I think I have. Sorry, didn't bring it.
It's okay. Then.
No cannons shoot since 2009. Really? I could have sworn I just got some that were shooting on these more recent ones. I could be totally off then on that one, but they reissued them, the shooting ones, at least for a short time. I'll have to double check on my sets because I got most of the pirate stuff that's came since this.
Yeah, for sure.
Time. So I know.
They've never seen a shooting cannon, a Lego cannon. I'm sure someone said that. That's amazing. Anyway,
2002 was the last for pirates. Well, that's only. Oh, sorry for the shooting ones. But 2009 reissued Imperial Redcoats with shooting cannons because I remember getting those in 2009. So
right, okay.
It wasn't classic pirates, but it was a reboot of the pirates. Anyway, we got a little alt build here. Actually, we got a bunch of stuff to keep going through. I know you have some cool mocks I want to pull up here. We're almost pushing an hour. And Lego, the blue coats are Lego's favorite. Officially, Lego as a whole loves blue coats over red coats.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
For obvious reasons.
The British they can't be doing that.
They can't cope with it.
Can't handle the red coats anymore. So they go with the blue coats. Maybe they're less controversial. Who knows? But they have reissued the blue coats multiple times. But they've only done the red coats twice. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at this real quick. Looks great. I like this. My favorite one is probably the middle bottom and the one directly above it. Those two look really cool.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I like the wild one with a lot of yellow going on the bottom right. Not for its exact execution, but just for its sort of, its willingness to, I like the double door, the double arch set up on the left. There's aspects of a lot of that I like. But again, you can magpie bits of this and put them into your mocks.
Well, I like what's fun about the bottom one is it kind of echoes some of this Imperial Trading Post vibes with the little dock out there with the cannons on it.
Yeah.
I am only seeing 2 cannons in these alt builds.
Yeah, I think there is only 2. Yeah, that probably answers it then. What I like about the one you like is that they use the lattice pieces, the portcullis in the middle bottom. That's quite cool.
That's true. Yeah.
So that's something you could do if you want a classic look up to just basically at that point it's just a massive lattice fence. Which is cool. That's cool.
I like it. Yeah.
That's a good. Not thought of. I probably have thought of it, but just not done that yet. So that might be one on the list. Yeah, great old builds.
They mixed up broadside. He gave him blue pants over here too.
Yeah. We need to. That's another minifig I've got to put on my shelf now.
Yeah, now we got to get him. He's a new character. New character unlocked. Spacer Nate says his brother's Rebel Runner had a shooting type. And I felt so ripped off. Yeah, you got the non-shooting one, and he had the shooting one. That just can't be. That is not allowed. Let's see. I'm gonna pull in. So like I said, the blue coats are Lego's fan favorites, and they've redone them. So in 2015, I believe, they reissued a whole line of pirates with the blue coats as the main protagonists, I guess, unless you're a pirate guy, then they're the antagonists. So
yes.
I ended up actually being able to get a hold of all of these sets, and they're actually very nicely done.
They are cool.
They're a little sparse. They're a little juniorized, obviously, a little play set. But the figs, man, look at these.
Yeah, they're great. I love the green gunner. He's amazing. That part.
He's awesome. The green dude is so cool. It was fun to see how they made the little setup in the corner with the raft here. Yeah. Actually is an expansion to the fort. So you can clip that on, and once you've clipped that together, it actually has a substantial amount of presence. It's a little sparse here.
No, for sure.
But once you clip them together, it's a decent little build.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just parts accumulation and a new little thing that they're doing. They've revamped the flags and stuff. The minifig torsos are great. The builds are small, interesting. This should just be permanent. This should always be available from Lego. This is what they should always be working on, releasing their stuff all the time.
I agree. I agree.
Pirate Under the Tree at the bottom. Like, this should be a permanent fixture for Lego, along with the castle equivalent, and it just should be that should just how it be. And Space, the original 3, just keep doing them as part of your sort of 90-year anniversary on a macro. Just keep doing it, because this is great. If this sort of stuff was available all the time, you'd have so much collected from this. And I like the way they took it. Yeah, it's sparse, yeah, it's a bit juniorized, but there's a lot of cool stuff going on, and there's also a lot of stuff that nods to what we've had before, done differently. So there's mock fuel there, you know.
Tons,
I love the little ragged sail on that little raft. That's kind of, you know, like your little sort of RAF Raiders nod there. RAF Raiders and Broadside's Brig both kind of nodded at in the same set. You know, there's some cool stuff going on here. And this should be what I don't understand why they do. Well, I do, because Pirates of the Caribbean is why, but still, this should be
I guess, but they don't really have much there either.
No.
You know, there's not a whole lot of Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, just the odd 500 quid ship or whatever.
Yeah.
And therein probably lies the answer to our question. This must not be lucrative enough for them.
Oh, I'm sure it would be. I just think
it would be, but
their own thing. Would have enjoyed the Pirates more in the moment back then if I wasn't too distracted loading up the monkey with swords and guns. These are more modern phases. I mean, most of these. Sorry, I didn't pull that up long enough. Yes, these are going to be a little bit more modern because
they are a bit more modern. It's just compromise. I understand where you're coming from, but it's just by the time I'm looking at this, I'm just thinking a pirate. These are better than some of the pirate CMS I've seen.
Well, I mean, come on. Are you going to buy this, or are you going to buy the Creator pirate ship? Which one do you like more? Yeah. This one has factions. This one has new pirates. Honestly, these pirates, in my opinion, these pirates look great. They've got some cool faces. Cool face.
Look at that bottom one as well with the belts over the stripe shit. Like, there's some great torso work going on.
You got the red and black striped shirt guy. You got the green, like the kind of the second in command pirate, the green guy or the gunner. He said.
And it's just because that's what it's called on the second-hand market. It's called gunner.
Oh, is he? Okay, you've checked him out.
I've got 4 off.
Nice. Yeah, I've got 2 or 3, I think. You've got the general with a new dark blue. Is that a bicorn? Is that what they call that? A bicorn hat.
Yeah.
New torso print. Then you got a handful of these new, the Imperial Blue Soldier here.
Yeah.
I like that they did, instead of the tricorn hat for the commander or the lieutenant, they have a hairpiece with like kind of a colonial type of bun or ponytail on the back there, kind of. Or maybe no, that's just a standard hairpiece. I thought it was like one that had the little bun.
Yeah. No, just swept back kind of thing.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as like, that's what I guess I would say. That's what I would say about this is I would call this a fully realized pirate theme, in my opinion.
And still chrome gold in the bottom as well. Still going with the chrome gold.
Yeah, chrome gold. Not to mention, like in these other ones, I just put up the whole wave here because there's only a few.
For sure, do it.
You're gonna get a pirate ship here. You're gonna get a chess set, which was just a massive battle pack of pirates and blue coats. Then you got a callback to the Skull Island, that little skull. What is a volcano island? And this clips on too. This was modular, and it would clip on to the little wrecked boat here at the bottom. So there's a little kind of cannon with the soldier in the wrecked boat down at the bottom right here. Would clip on to the dock, I think, of this.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So it create a nice little play set there. Yeah. Here going back, you get another one. It looks like he's got the colonial hair with the curls on the side, George Washington style. So he's probably the main guy in charge. Another commander, another soldier. You get the cook.
Yeah.
He's got that cook minifig is so cool. Printed legs. He's got an apron with a little skull, skeleton of a fish.
Yeah, it's great torso that.
Yeah. So, and then you got the female pirate, which is basically a remake or a reprint of the original female pirate torso.
Yeah.
So, man. Not bad, but I just wanted to bring these in because these are.
It's important. It's they did carry on for a little bit. They came back. I don't know how this wave went. I bought the Redcoats stuff, some of that when that one came out. I was Dark Age as well. I just noticed it somehow in 2009. I was probably surfing the web when I should have been working somewhere, working for Royal Mail probably. And I was like, "What? This is back! Amazing!"
Yeah, I think I got all these. I don't know if I got the chess set. I think I got the main play sets, but I don't know if I got the chess set. But I think I got a couple copies of a couple of these, just
That's
because
cool.
more ships, more pirate, anything, all of it.
Yeah.
If you're going to build out these big mocks, you need variety,
Yes.
and you want to get the parts that you want, whether it's a different type of flag or sail. Like it doesn't, unless I'm designing an additional set for the original 19, whatever was it, 89 or whatever, or no, was it earlier than that?
89.
Yeah, 89. The original wave. I'm designing something that looks classic. Obviously, you're going to use old parts and things like that. But if I'm doing mocks, I'm building landscape, I'm building caves, I've got alligators. I need all of these different parts, and I need hundreds of minifigs because we're gonna have over probably 150 soldiers or more in this build. Manning the ships and the forts. We're probably gonna have 200 pirates and probably 50 islanders.
Amazing.
That's
so cool.
So it's gonna be huge. And so I guess what I look at is any part that could at all help me build this thing out is good.
Yeah.
So getting new colors of birds, parrots, all of the new figs, alligators,
all the pirate world. And there was the VIP bag as well. I bought a couple of them on sale. I managed
Are you talking about the little tree guy?
There was no. It's not anything to do with any of this. It's just there was a VIP bag, like a poly bag of parts.
Oh, parts. Yeah, the part that, yeah.
I think you made some.
I have them. I have that one.
I bought a couple of them as well. That was cool. So there's the little updates. Yeah, just on the theme of what you were saying about you can never kind of have too many pirate orientated parts. And it's nice to stack them up.
Lorem System still hating on these cities. So call them city pirates. Not even, in my opinion, not even close to what they're doing with other themes, putting them into city. This is a standalone.
Yeah, this was faction. This was the last good thing we had, really.
There's nothing associated with city here at all.
I know what he's saying. It's like lame pirates compared to the original. But
I don't think
I'm removing my bias.
I just don't think it is, though. No, I don't even agree with that because, look at the scale of these. The only one that's not these are actually bigger than most of the original pirate sets, except for maybe the fort, which they should have added a fort to this line, and it would have been complete.
A base would have
broadside brig. This is about the same size, So it's as far as scale goes, I don't think it's a problem.
Because you're not getting those base plates and stuff. That's why I thought this was good. I thought this was a good go at it. Yes, it wasn't enough. The wave was small, but what was there, I can't complain about really.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool. But I do understand the sentiment.
No, I get it. Yeah, but
if you really want your old thing back, but that ain't coming, and sometimes I think you have to just compromise a bit with what's coming, and this wasn't the worst I've ever seen Lego do for a classic action. Even if you just look at the minifigs, you can kind of justify this one. I don't like the pirate flag though for some reason. Don't like that.
Swords, the cross swords. See, I like the cross swords just because I like more stuff to add to the world.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, if this is just another group of pirates with a new flag, because there were so many pirate flags.
Of course.
So it's like, I get design wise, you don't necessarily.
It's just the design, just not much for it. I can't even explain it. It's silly, really. I think it's because I really like the other one. That will be biased though, so that doesn't mean anything. I like what they did with the blue coats. I like these little gold outlines and things that they did on both those flags. But apart from that, they're the same. That's quite cool.
It got a little update, but still, update. So. No, I get that.
I like it.
Let's see. Crusader says, I got the pirate chess set from this era secondhand for $50 for the mini pig pack. Yeah, I mean, just that alone. Here, pop over here again. Just that. I mean, $50 for that many figs. Not to mention the parts. You get palm leaves and parrots and things in that. That's a great little snag. So clarifying, Lorem System says, I was just talking about the heads and expressions. Looks like the heads can be used in the city. Well, some of them probably were. I mean, but let's be real. So were all of the
originals
from the smiley faces. All of those were city heads too.
Did Wolfpack eye patch guy ever go in city in the olden days?
No, I don't think so. No, that's fair. Like most of the pirate heads, I think swap back and forth between castle and.
I didn't say that to call out. I genuinely wondered then. Could it have been a robber or something? Or I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Cool.
No, that was something else.
Yeah.
But,
so they got revisited here, and it didn't do a terrible job, I don't think.
No, I loved it. It was around the same time they redid Castle, and kind of the last actual Castle line, just called Lego Castle, with the blue and gray castles versus what was it, the red and black knights? I think the Dragon Knights. Yeah. That was kind of the last time we saw these kind of hit. So. as full themes, I should say, right? And then we fall into icons where you get these larger kind of this right here. Here's the remake, right? So
we go.
We're gonna look at this. This is the last addition of Blue Coats so far to the Lego world.
Wicked.
Yeah, with this guy here. Let me pull a couple slides out so you can start loading yours in.
No worries.
And we'll take a look at this. I got this one. I got the back of this box as well. No alt builds. Just a heads up for this one.
Okay.
But we do have the back just to kind of look at the set and see what it looks like. So, and this is So like I was saying, so Blue Coats are Lego's favorite. They've been done. This is the third rendition of the Blue Coats for Lego. Red Coats only got 2. Hey, Trix made it in. Good to see you guys. Yeah. Hey guys, YouTube notifications fail me again. Looking forward to watching this one from the start. Blue Coats will always be my favorite. They're Lego's favorite too. Look, I don't hate them. I think they're great. I actually might like them more than the Red Coats. I don't know yet. I'm having to think about that. They definitely had more sets, especially if you consider the 2015 wave. Let's see. Let's pull in Spacer Nate here as well. There have been a lot of Skull Islands. The 3-in-1 has one, and I'm sure at least one set has an alternate build, not to mention the official Skull Island. Yeah, there's also that awesome, like one of my favorite pirate sets of all time. I think it's called Skull Island. It's just that big one with the red and black structure and the big skull on the front of it. Do you remember that one? And that's like the door, it like opens and you can sail your little boat inside. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Love that. I love that direction for the pirates as well. It's like a really a nice bricky base compared to
well, it's like it's like an actual like fort. It's got like fort vibes, like more than maybe some of the other.
A raised base plate next to that with more would have been amazing as well.
Hey, maybe that's a good expansion.
Maybe that's your job. I think
that's
that's a big stop special waiting to happen. That is
get the rope bridge over to the second area.
Yeah, I really like this and Pirates of Barracuda Bay. I think they did a smashing job on both of them. I think arguably they did a slightly better job on Pirates of Barracuda Bay, but this I think is great, and I love that they gave you the trading boat and the ability to modularize it differently to pay homage to the trading port. Agreed. I really like what they did with this, like. There's so many concerns and thoughts, and they come up to this, and I like it. They didn't quite keep that lovely 245 and arch design for the crenellations, but they did do something quite nice with the ingots, which is cool. So I like it. If you look at the composition of it, it does stay very, very true, even down to the way those yellow arch supports come outside the base plate on the left there. The first brick-built sort of base plate solution for that classic setup was delivered to us here. So you can take this sort of design and apply it to Castle on green and not on Azure and all that kind of stuff. So I actually really rate this. I don't have it, unfortunately. I saved up for it, but then just spent it all on classic parts. So I don't have that. But I like it. I do like it.
Yeah. I reckon
I can probably build it, though, to be fair.
It's not full
Some of the dark red parts might be a bit weird.
So not using classic pieces, I think they pulled this off very well for the general idea of it. I didn't actually enjoy building the base plate much at all because I do have this
I've heard it's a bit tedious.
It's just it's a lot of the same part used, it kind of stacked up, and I don't know, there's something about this that annoyed me. But once I got out of the base plate, the build was decent. It was kind of fun to build. The boat was kind of cool, the little thing. So what I like and dislike about the boat being included is it solidifies in my mind that we will not be revisiting some of these other pirate sets, right?
Yeah.
It's like, we're going to give you this. We're going to give you this in this set. And to fill it out a bit, right? It does make sense to have a nice little trade vessel here, or you can use it as a Blue Coat ship if you want. But it also means you may get another large pirate set in the future, but we're not going to be providing these probably in either a line of sets or this particular. We won't be remaking the trading post. That's what they're saying. While they're
this is your trading post and your Eldorado in their perspective. That's why. And to be fair, you could swap the flags and minifigs out and do that if you wanted to, or if you you're not that bothered, then don't. I love the crane on this. Love the crane design on this.
Crane looks great. I do too. I think
great.
You got to give them credit for keeping the yellow and the black
and the black decking, and it could have been brown decking, but they kept black. That's cool, man.
Well, and the crane, they could have done dark tan or something that looks more like wood, right? And they went with the original colors. So got to give them credit for it, is where credit's due. The figs in this lineup are top notch.
They're great.
As far as the torso prints, man, even the two pirates, great little redos of the original pirates.
For sure.
Yeah, so everything about I went and bought 30 of these torsos.
Which one?
The blue coats. That's why we're gonna have so many soldiers as I be buying bags.
You need to be using them up. It's not the torsos, it's the blooming backpacks and the rifles and the epaulets on masks.
We don't get all of that.
Have all that.
I got bags
of that get stuff. It all. I tell you what I do like is a white backpack on some of these guys. Sometimes looks cool. I've got the white backpacks as well.
So I have white bicorn hats too.
Oh wow, cool.
So I might do, because I supposedly ordered 20 of those tan coats.
Yeah.
So we'll see if I haven't seen them. I don't know where they are. But if they arrive, I'll probably be potentially doing some white gear against the tan for like an elite, like Marine.
Very cool.
Somewhere in the build. Hopefully they arrive before I start building this thing.
Amazing.
Before I have to bring, but
chuck some Royal Marines in there, man. Even if it's just one or two, the old fireman torso there.
I might do a whole group of those, working the guns on the fort.
Yeah, send them in somewhere, man. Because I really love them. They're one of my favorite custom factions. They've got a great color scheme that works as well as this one works. So yeah, this is cool. Like the solution to the wearing brick using those little dark red in plate detail is cool. I like that. It's never looks quite as good as those lovely prints on those panels, but it's a good brick built solution, and that's as good as you're going to get for brick built in this.
Yeah, you gotta take it with a grain of salt, I guess, or accept where we're at in Lego and realize that okay, so we don't have the wall panels, they don't do the printed panels anymore, and so they did redo the printed flags and cloth sails, so that's great. You're already kind of up with that, and then. Yeah. Okay. So if you're not going to get these old parts, and then see how they do it, and I think they at least recreated the look very well, like you said. So and then they did make it fun being able to open it. I mean, it looks quite nice as a long display shelf piece here.
Yeah, I like it. It.
So there's some fun little caves and hatches and stuff. As a whole, the set is actually quite fun. It's got a lot going for it. But the build was a little annoying still. So TrickPick says, totally agree about the base plate, although I did love the little hidden features you get to build into it. Yeah, exactly. And you can see one here with a little cave.
Yeah, where they push he falls down through the water.
Yep. So, there's a couple of things that they built.
There's a lot of redeeming factors. I thought they did a pretty good job. Overall, they did a really good job with these pirate throwbacks. It's a shame that with it comes a sorry kind of air of we might not see it again in this way, this classically orientated, which is fine if they go ahead and do a new line that's all completely new inspired with all new flags, all new guys, all new factions. I'm happy with that. Just do a great classically sort of homaged job of it, and I think that would satisfy so many people and earn so much money. It's wild how popular it would be.
Yeah. See you later, Brick Cavity.
See you later.
Kids, I totally understand where you're coming from with that. You got family first, so go take care of the kiddos. Thanks for joining. Have a good one, man. Let's see. Crane is beefy compared to the original Suspicion 8. Yes, it is. It is. I like the upgrade. I think it looks nice. It looks like it can hold those heavy gold-filled chests, So.
Yeah. It actually seems more plausible than just like a hinge piece doing it.
The way they recreated the raised base plate, made use of it is brilliant. Yeah, and here's the thing: it's a blueprint for anyone who wants to make that base plate again for a castle. You just pull up this online PDF instruction, and if you got the parts, you can recolor it, right?
Sure. For sure.
Go for it. So,
and then they give you another additional challenge to that. If you really want to think about it, you could really copy this base plate in its modularity out and the way it reconnects in a long shelf way, and figure out how your castle's going to apply in that way. Like some of the old castles that opened out, maybe maybe do a raised base plate with them.
Oh,
The
yeah,
ones
yeah.
that didn't get a raised base plate first time, and see if you could work that in. So there's loads of cool things. There's loads of things you could do with this idea, and that's kind of a big reason why I really rate this as a remake.
Totally. Glatmark says, maybe I should learn how to talk here. Glatmox says, or has a good point. I think that building rocks and cliffs is pretty much always kind of boring. Yeah. That is true. And man, I'm not looking forward to building all the terrain for this.
I know. I was going to say it's stressful because you think you've got enough dark grey and stuff, and then you're like,
you never do.
I'm running out of 75 slopes.
Yeah, we got a large bit of water we're going to do in the middle of it, and it's going to be just a pain. The whole thing is going to be a pain, but it's going to look so good.
Yeah, man, keep us posted on that because that sounds really exciting, man. Look forward to it.
All right. So let's see. Okay. I'm trying to debate if I want to pull. Let's do you got all yours in here?
I think they're all in there.
Yeah. Let's do yours first. We're going to take a look at some mocks in the Blue Coats, strain of things. And then I don't have like any set designs. Like normally I'd have one or two like vintage style set designs. It's like, look, this could have been a Blue Coat set back in the day. You could add this to whatever, but I don't. But I do have something very weird that is a Blue Coats design I did. And we'll pull that in at the end, tease it right now because it's a little bizarre. And I think you guys are going to like it. It's wacky.
Amazing.
But so let's look at yours first, and then we'll pull that one in.
Thanks, dude. That's it. I look forward to that. Elusive sort of.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is Settler's Toll, and this is probably the third designer thing I ever designed.
Okay.
So hence the ridiculous overuse of that yellow panel. It's like £100 set or something just because of them. No, it's just a little sort of gate post or outpost. Just wanted to do something not too big, just something to get me started again. Just trying to learn studio. So this is the older one, so I thought I'd start here so we can sort of see the progression. And I just took some of the rules from the color scheme, and added a few new things. So a bit of dark red going in there just to try and nod to that brick wear and tear. I used the awnings from the lagoon lock up there at the top. I pulled some brown in a couple of subtle places.
Sure.
Other than that, stayed pretty true. The bars should have been black, and the bits above those awnings could have been black if I wanted to be really true to the original color scheme. But again, I was having a play. This
is a mock.
It's a mock.
What you want to do, like
for sure.
I like it. I like the call to the little awnings because, like we were saying, that really only shows up in the one. I'm surprised they didn't put one in the fort.
Yes,
somewhere above some doors or something, but they didn't. So I like that. That's a fun feature we can add to mocks.
Yes, for sure. It's very symmetrical, which kind of whatever. But again, just some early work. I thought I'd just
well, if this was your third or fourth design you'd ever done in studio, you're just playing with parts at this point.
Exactly.
Looking good though. I mean, this is if you had these pieces, I might have like 5 of those panels. I don't know if I got 8 or however
many. You
could
sub many out for just yellow. It doesn't have to be.
If this was nestled next to some palm trees and there's cliffs and boats and things going on, this would look great. Any kind of convention or anything. It looks, even if it's symmetrical like that. I mean, most of these buildings were fairly symmetrical.
Of course, yeah.
That's how they built them. But here we go. We got Beefy. Lorem System says the Beefy base looks great. And Glatmox says looks quite sturdy and 40.
40.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes,
it is. I agree. Yeah, totally.
So do you want to? Yeah, no. So overall, I like it. I think it's got a good profile.
Yeah, there's not loads to say about this one. I thought I'd just pop it up, we'd have a quick look at it, and then look at some of the others that are a bit more developed. But yeah, you can see I really like using the yellow masonry bit, although I don't think it exists in Lego. I've got loads of third-party ones. That was one of the first masonry colours I really wanted to get for the Blue Coast especially. I really like the look of that brick in masonry form. So I've cheated a bit there and used it in studio, even though it doesn't exist. It might do now, but I don't think it did. But I have got loads of them from third party. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else worth sort of explaining on here. But inside the 2 top towers are just weapon racks and ladders up to the top. That's all that's really going on, really.
Got a nice little Yeah, you got a nice little greebling of foliage and brickwork out around the doors, is just nice as well.
Yeah.
You can see that that's the evolution of Jim's detail work right here.
Yeah.
It's starting here.
Just kind of hatching out. Yeah,
Could
like
be,
that's
yeah.
the idea. Trick Mix is kind of like I'd build something later that extends it or something. I'm not such a thing never came, but yeah, little gatehouse.
Gatehouse works, man. Could be an entrance.
I also always like doing the alternate color awnings with the cheese slopes as well. I quite like.
Yeah, I saw that. I like that a lot. Yeah, it could be an entrance to a fort or a town, like a walled town from back then. It looks like it could connect to something behind it, like an 80s castle. Yeah,
that was the idea, Crusader. I was kind of going for that sort of modular clip on. So thanks, dude. So this one I made the other day. I've actually got this one here. So
yeah, this is a more modern, or not modern, more current one. Modern one.
Yes, this is. I did this not long ago. So again, quite basic bricky. Very basic bricky, using some old parts. You'll see straight away there's some customized parts on there. Those two front wall panels.
I see that.
They never came in yellow.
Right.
But those are those lovely brick stickers I'm always promoting. For no other reason than they work quite well, and I always wondered what it'd be like to carry on the yellow with worn brick detail on.
For sure.
So I made this one. Some people on Instagram are wanting a better look underneath the cove where the boat is, so you can see there's some window there, and it's basically just a place for the boat to moor up and pass through. There's a bit of a landing on either side. We've got a guard out here at the door. But this one's got a bit of more of a developed interior. It's really chunky. It's really sturdy because it's like built all over the plate. So at the back, we've got like a nice higher ceiling room, like more of a sort of a hall sort of room with the offices in there, just having a brew. There is a quarters for the bedroom up here. I've always been trying to find somewhere to put that silly painting of an elephant. I thought maybe the officer, maybe that's the officer's just little happy place. Yeah. And then you got your classic cannon turret there, and your other lookout up here, and then another way into the bottom office. But I've got sort of Redbeard escaping that way at the moment.
So is that Redbeard or is that Ironhook?
Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. What am I saying? It's Ironhook. Of course, it's Ironhook. I way prefer Ironhook. So again, I came up with the rock a little bit higher. I wanted it to kind of seem more built into the shore cove. And then when it does become established above the rock, then we start with the color scheme. But I didn't go for red on the roof. I went for blue this time, just as a way to distinguish my blue coats from my red coats, because the red coats also do the sort of yellow and white thing. A little bit as well. Yeah. So yeah, that was that mock. Anyway, the picture probably show it a little bit better, but
that's great.
Beans as I've got it, I thought I'd use it. Little ideas from the clipper, like there's a little yellow frog as an ornament on the side of the wall, a yellow parrot, yellow frog. Just little bits like that.
I like it. Lots of details, lots of little details out in front. I always love adding these cobbly, like little 1x1 and 4x4 or 2x2 rounds.
Yeah. As soon as you start alternating those with color and size, they start to get nice. I decommissioned an older pirate mock, and a few of those crabs just came out. I thought, why the heck not? This was kind of I just finished reverse engineering a few of your builds just from one picture, and they were pretty concentration heavy, and I was a bit like my brain was destroyed from doing the woodsman and the musketeer. So I thought, right, I'm going to just do something that I make up now from my own imagination, just to replenish the creative juices. And this was the first thing off the back of that.
I like it. I like this. I get what you're saying for sure. Just your own kind of vibe here. I like it. I see some similarities to some of the other things you've designed in the past. I do like the scale. System scale is always good. When I do some of these bigger like display mocks for I like the convention. Sometimes it's minifig scale, it's system scale, but you want to build it a bit bigger sometimes.
Yeah, of course.
Range and stuff. And so I kind of miss, because I'm like, this would look nice, like again tucked in with your other ones, like it's sort of like imperial like area, but like. Yeah. Anyway, I appreciate it. I guess what I'm saying is it's more of a set scale. Like this could be very close to, if not just the way it is, a set that you could purchase. Like if they ever redid it in like a more
for sure
sophisticated way than the one they did in the 2015 version.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Coats, this is what I would like to see. Even if it was like $70, I mean, I'd still buy it.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's got, it lends a little bit from Castle, but not too much.
Sure.
Yeah. Hey, nice. Don't worry about being late. Better late than never, and you can always rewatch. That's fantastic. We're just having a look at some Blue Coats mocks. Yeah. So yeah, there's an in real life one that I made not long ago. So yeah, this is just the first part as well. I will expand this. Cool. I might do the L shape on this side maybe, and bring that forward.
Get yourself more brick panels, and do your little gatehouse on the other side.
I've got a few more of those yellows ready to go. I'd sort of those are another piece that I panicked bought with FOMO when I first started getting into it properly. I was like, those are going to run out. I need 12.
Yeah. I don't know how many I have. I have a little handful though, and I've got a lot of the sets that they come on and stuff. So, Glat Mock says, "Love it. Turret on the roof is cool. Yeah. It's kind of when you got the dormer or the little area from the guarded in.
I got it in. Yeah. And then, I didn't have a blue one. I have got loads of those blue pieces, but when I was building it, I couldn't put my hands on one quick, and I put a white one on in a rush just to put something on, and I was like, oh. Quite like bringing the white forward again because the yellow and white thing, so I just left that. And I sort of thought the blue roof wasn't going to work, and then I sat back and thought it kind of works, and it goes with their torsos and flags, so I kept the blue roof. Should probably be red technically, but who cares, man? Like, mix it up a bit. So that's what I did here.
I think it looks good. Trick Bricks likes
it as well. Thanks, Jamie. Appreciate that.
Lorem System says, love the textures, ins and outs on walls and breaking things up.
Cheers, dude.
I like the system. And
it's like system on steroids.
Yeah.
Well, there's a bit to it.
I like you building it, and most of your work actually kind of does this, like you mentioned it earlier, is building the stonework up into some of the walls. Actually it grounds it. It grounds the design in like some sort of like terrain, and I think that's really cool. So,
well, it's like you're just going through the motions, aren't I? So at first it was like I was very decorative and like everything's got to look really beautiful, but then I started to realize actually some of the reason I like a lot of mocks that people make is because they're designed sturdy, and that's considered first, and then doing things in the right order. Because then if you just thinking pure decorative when you're mocking, you end up doing justifying all kinds of flimsy connections just to get the thing you want, whereas actually, do I need to go back 10 spaces and just get this cove right? So it's strong, nice, well considered parts. So this is just the age of refining that I expect to go on forever, just to refining, and there's things on this that annoy me, but there's things that I'm happy that I've done. So I'm just going to keep going. And this was my latest pirate outing. Just before this is my next one, which is a render this time, not an in real life one. And this is one I definitely want to make in real life. I've got the parts pulled for it somewhere. Yeah. This was my sort of last big push to do something really beautiful for the Blue Coats. And this is kind of, I guess you could see it as an updated lagoon lockup, really. Except we've got a bit of a crane and we've got some nice. I stole your banana plantation idea from your Port Saber, but again, it's difficult to know exactly how to do it. Maybe I didn't steal it exactly. I think I might have done it in a slightly different way. You probably did it a lot better actually. But it's just I wanted to show the trading. We always talk all these things. There's trading's always there, but I wanted to show it with this set. I wanted the middle of that big arch to be where the trading's going on, full of fish, full of veg, and full of stuff.
I see that. Yeah, no, and here's the thing. These were both built. My Armada one, which is in a different video. You can find it in the Armada video we did, but they didn't have the group of bananas. And if they did, they didn't have it in the studio. Now they have like a group of banana piece. I don't know if you know that. Right. You can get it looks like 5 or 6 bananas together in like a one piece. I didn't even know this. It has an anti-stud on the bottom, so you can stick it on the table. Okay. And it has the stem has like a clip, so you can clip it.
Perfect. A bit like the turkey. Oh, that's amazing. I didn't even know that existed. Why don't I know that? I'll go and buy some of those immediately.
I'll go find some now. But I have a couple of them. But so that part exists now, so that could be subbed in for something like this.
That's cool.
The concept at the time, both you and I tried to do our best to create a banana bunch without the banana bunch piece. So it's tricky to do. I get that. So yeah, so you got the training, you got the cranes, you got all these ropes done in studio, which probably took you 2 days to get those in the right position.
No, it was pretty quick, really. I found the trick was to go look to the side, then look above, then look aside, then look above, and make sure you've not, because sometimes it looks perfect, and then you go to a different perspective, and it's like it's been magnetized out to the left or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can be a bit like that. But again, some of the classic tropes, your little arched harbour bottom there for the platform that we're on, but that's of course stone. Using those nice 4x4 curved quarter bricks that are we both love those in yellow and grey, and they come in green and blue and all kinds of white, all kinds of cool colours, so you could get them in your Ice Planet or your Snowy Wolf things. There's loads of great use for them. This is one of those builds where I just kind of took a bit more time and thought a bit more carefully about each placement. One of my favourite bits on this is really subtle, and I don't even know why I did it other than to try and get a nautical vibe, but the black stripe across the top cabin in the middle. I just built a run of black bricks across that, and had those curved windows black. I don't know why I did that. And some people might think that ruins it. It should have been kept white, but when I did it, it looked really nice and reminded me of like what you see sometimes in nautical structures and stuff with that sort of that black line or on the side of the boats and stuff. So I just kept it. I just went with it. So I like there was a few cool spur of the moment things. I gave it a pretty comprehensive raft for the pirates, so this would be like quite a nice one to have.
Totally.
Yeah, and the crane's just a couple of strings and the crane piece with both attachments, both sizes.
Yeah,
we've got a few of those if you've got pirates.
Well, that works though. I mean, that's the way it was. It works.
Yeah,
well. You could go and spend a bunch of time designing a crane like they did on the remake. Like one of these.
Yeah, for sure.
Or keep it classic. Just go.
Yeah, I just wanted that classic vibe. Maybe might have been a touch of laziness on my behalf.
Speaking of the crane, no. I don't know. I mean, if it looks nice, it works out.
Well, this is it.
And
if it looks good,
likes it, so that's all that matters.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. And this is a few more of the new parts injected into this one. So you've got your paint rollers as lanterns. Yeah. You've got your little awning bits for above the yellow masonry brick, and you've got some cool tile slopes going on, quarter tile slopes for some of the green grassy areas, and different stuff. Just throwing a bit more at it. You white parrots decoratively in stone on the side. And then there is actually interior in that roof, but I could never angle the render in there with enough light. Sure. Now I know how to do the luminosity trick, thanks to Nervous Blacktron Engineer. I could light it all up. I might have to revisit some of these and light them up and do Harbour by night.
That'd be cool. It's also kind of tricky to do like those types of roofs to have the panels remove or hinge open. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to access. I do like the hatches that you put in the roofs, though. That's fun with the guys poking out the top. I think that looks great. I like the some of this is cool with the little wood rounds.
Yes.
Along the top, they're kind of like beam supports holding that section up over there. So I like it. It's very much your style, but it's also got a lot of classic vibes. Harkens back. I also like you've got these little palm trees on. I noticed that you did a palm tree on here with its own little stand, and you did it over here. Got these little freaking sub builds poking around.
Any excuse.
Sub models.
I'll tell you why that is. It's because I've got loads of those plates in my collection. So I'm like, whenever I'm building in studio, I'm always got like a bit of a back thought of I might want to build this, so don't go too crazy. What
do you call those submodels? Like, if they're submodels.
Submodels.
Right? Is that what that is?
Sub builds.
Oh, sub builds, whatever.
Side builds, whatever.
Side build, that's it. That's what I was thinking. Side builds. I don't like side builds very often. No. I get it, like you need a wagon or a cart or something, but a lot of these bigger sets, they'll come with 3 or 4 little side builds, and I'm like, where the heck?
I'm with you.
Well, make it its own set, I guess. I don't know.
So it goes on the raft, Jason, don't you know? Goodness sake. I get what you're saying. It's because when you want everything anchored in together and something's just loose, it's annoying. I totally appreciate that. Again, though, a little bit more poetic license, a little bit like they use a lot of trees in the background of the art and stuff. I'm just because I'm not using backgrounds. I'm using just plain white. I'm sort of trying to tell the story with the bricks. a little bit more. But no, I'll take that. It is a bit frustrating. But yeah, so this was my this was my probably the most accomplished outing for the Bluecoats, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always love working with Bluecoats. Is the moral of the story.
For sure. So
solid faction to build with. Yellow and white aren't very expensive basic bricks compared to some others, with the exception of a few pieces. So you know, a bit of classic red plates.
Looks great.
You can mock something up for these.
I like it.
So yeah,
I like it.
Everybody go and build some Bluecoats.
Yeah, for sure. Lighting is a trickier one to learn in studio. You can completely mess that up so fast with some of the settings.
In a nutshell, go for the glow rather than the bright lights when you're choosing your luminosity, because if you use them subtle glowing ones, then you can get them a little bit more subdued.
All right, so before we wrap this up completely, I did actually have an additional or some contribution here.
Ace.
Yeah, take a look at this thing. You might have seen this. I might have sent you an image of this one, or maybe Trix remembers this one. I can't remember. I sent it to a couple of people, but
it's the spiral stairs.
This is an alt build.
That
you can make.
Amazing.
The Modern House 3-in-1 creator set.
Oh wow! I've seen this picture and didn't realize it was you, dude. That's amazing.
Well, no, I haven't posted this, so I may have sent it to you a while back.
Maybe you sent it me. Yeah. Yes, so you did actually. You did recognize this. Yeah, you did. Yeah.
So
this is great.
So far, I haven't done instructions for this. I will do that. I intend to do that at some point because I think out of an alt build, this might be one of the better ones in my opinion, just because of the modern house being able to be reconstructed into what I think is actually a decent looking little fortress.
Yes.
I think it's got some charm. I think it works out pretty well.
Yeah, for sure.
The only thing that isn't obviously an alt build is the flag and the troops.
Yeah.
Everything else is from the set.
From the
100%. Now, obviously, I wanted to show what it would look like if you put your troops from the fort in it. So you're gonna, add.
I see that.
Four minifigs and a flag, and then you get the look. But you can, even without the flag and the troops, if you take those out, the render, because I did renders with and without, and it looks pretty good. But yeah, that flag really ties it all into the faction, right? So,
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, even the little cannons out the front here and everything, all of that, and there's a sliding cave door, so that door in the cave.
Oh yeah, I can see with the
so there's
nice water feature as well.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a water feature on the side here. So
it's really cool.
Yeah. So now we can maybe call it City Pirates or relative.
It's such a cool alt build. This. Now, can I just ask, what made you do this?
I don't know, man.
Did you were you building that set and thought, you know what, this is good Bluecoats' partage, or did you just?
Why did I do this? That's a
I'd
good
be
question.
interested why this set to make Bluecoats.
So I was building this set. So this set, the only reason I got this set was it was on a decent sale.
Okay.
Because I'm not looking to get necessarily
no
set or city or modern. A lot
but
of
if it's the right price.
There's an alternate set here. The alt build I already liked. It was this. You can't even really see it, but it's the longer one.
Yes.
Second build, and it had this cool stonework, almost modern chimney stonework on it. It reminded me of a house that I had seen on some show I was watching about modern architecture and stuff like that. So it's that's kind of cool. I kind of want to build that alt house. And then man, the pieces just were I was there's a lot of white and some yellow bits here, and I was this could. And there's some water, right? Because it's on the beach.
Yeah.
And there's a little infinity pool or something out.
Oh yes, because the palm tree and the water would be the big driver. Then on top of that, you're noticing I've got yellow, I've got red, I've got white. Yes, now I see. Okay.
And then I'm
makes sense.
And then part of me was can I make a period fort, pirate style fort, or something that's just completely not what this original set was. So how far can I drag this back? Drag
it's a challenge.
Out of the parts. So
you've totally answered my question, and I love the answer. That's amazing. So you sort of Yeah, it's a challenge thing. That's so cool,
Yeah,
and
that
that
was
is
kind of
testament to your ability with the brick to be able to turn that around and make a convincing pirate stronghold from what is essentially the kit for a modernist structure.
Well, yeah, and like
You
there's
know,
a bunch of these parts, like the little yellow arch piece that makes like a
yeah,
modern chair sitting area.
yeah,
And so it was. I guess that was it. I was like, there's so many interesting
yeah.
parts in
There
this
are.
set.
I
Even
love those
well,
quarter curve things. I've got loads of them for
yeah,
Neo Rivermen.
but it
Racing.
was yeah.
They're cool.
That'll
They're
be
cool.
cool. Yeah. So yeah, it really came down to seeing if I could spread the parts through the build that I felt like were leaning towards the
Yes.
terrain and the plants and the foliage. Because it was hard because it's so limited, right?
Yeah,
There's so
yeah.
many limited
Yeah.
pieces. But
But
it ended
again,
up working out.
yeah,
So
the limitation breeds the creativity. Be amazed that when you give someone a set of parameters and a boundary, actually, then it all starts firing. And this is a great example of that. The more I look at it, actually, the more I'm seeing it. Yeah, the rocks open up. Lawrence Liston's just noticing they've got that sliding door. It's so cool, man. This is awesome. This is actually really cool. I didn't realize the candle part came in brown as well. That looks really good as those log support that we just mentioned in my last build, done a bit differently again. Very resourceful that.
So that really was the whole thing. And there's
well
there is a little office inside. There's little chairs. There's some other things inside. I don't have the interior shot, but and I did incorporate. See the rifles up there in the top.
For sure.
So I did incorporate clips and things for rifles, though it doesn't the set doesn't come with those. If you bring in a couple of extra parts, not that many, just the figs really.
Just some figs and a flag.
Yeah,
and you could use the little flag if you haven't got the big one.
Yep.
Or if the big one's a bit pricey.
Or, it could also.
Sorry, go on.
Oh no, I was just to say it could work as a red coats one too.
Yeah, whatever you've got, for sure. Yeah, dead nice. It'd work. It could even work for Armada. Now that's do true. The Twilight House, Jason.
Yeah. I got to get a hold of it. If I get a hold of it, I might build a Black Knight's castle out of the Twilight House. Something so like funny. That. So. But yeah, so that was really the
well done.
The concept. It's like if someone has this in their collection, got it for a gift or whatever, didn't necessarily want to display a modern house, but like this, it's like maybe build
it's a great testament. I mean, obviously the crenellation was the challenge, and let's look at these solutions. You've got vertical tile work, you've got sideways plate on that other tower above the sliding rock door. Some good technique to achieve what you needed to achieve here. So this is a good example of whatever you've got. Don't blame your tools, just work with them and sort of force it to happen. And this is nice, man.
Thanks.
Well
appreciate it, man. Yeah, so in the future, we'll see a post of this design that you can get the instructions for. Cool. Anyone who has these parts or want to build something like this can get the instructions to do that. I don't have them made yet, but I do have it digitally. I did take the physical build and put it into the digital program, so now I can just make the instructions based on that, and we can get those going. Add them to the stack of the other 572 instruction books I need to make, and we'll see it in a year or two, I guess. So,
there we are.
So that's it. There it is. The Blue Coats episode running in at about we're getting close to 2 hours there. So not a bad discussion. Lots to talk about.
Big faction again. So lots very near and dear. So. Deserved that spotlight. It was a decent sized wave. There's been subsequent Neo re-releases in the later 2000s and the mocks. I think that's pretty good going, really. I think we could do well there.
Yeah. Well, 2 hours. Collecting over the course of all of those different sets, you're going to have a nice handful of varied different blue coat torsos and troops, so you can do different factions, or not factions, but different regiments and things like that. So
I get a little bit OCD mixing the new ones up with the old ones. I know that.
I get that.
Funny.
I get that.
Yeah.
For me, go ahead.
I just want to show one guy.
Oh, yeah.
Go off very quickly because we mentioned Tim's Custom Bricks earlier that did the sales for me for that schooner, but he did also run me off a few custom blue coats torsos. So here's a little Admiral character that I've got. And now, how can I do this with it so you can see him? And it doesn't...
Yeah, you get the lighting on it there. That's pretty. That's decent. Try to put your hand behind it. See if that helps.
Oh, that almost looks a bit better. I should.
I like that. You get the little.
But it's there like a little cross, a little bit of a different design with those white arms, slightly different. And it's just a different officer. So there's some cool alternative blue coats torsos if you do want to add like a different look to your platoon, but stay with the classic style of artwork. So
like it.
Yeah, so there you go. There's one last little caveat there.
Yeah, for sure. So if you guys want to experience colonial warfare, British troops versus French and Russians and all of those back in the Napoleonic era, download. This is not sponsored, but download. What was that game? What was it called? Hold Fast.
Hold Fast, yeah.
Nations at War. Just played it for the first time yesterday. It's just a hilarious time. It's really just more funny. It's like if you want to laugh, play a couple of battles because the proximity chat is out of control. It's absolutely insane. And
tell you how, chaps.
Yeah, all of that. You got people singing like, making my way downtown, like as they're like running with a musket, like the boys running over the wall, and like you'll just be sitting there reloading your rifle for like 30 seconds to just like watching people just get like annihilated by other muskets and things like that. I don't know, man. I really had a ton of fun playing that. It'd probably be fun. Nice. I played with my buddy last night, so it'd probably be the most fun playing with someone else, but that yeah. So I would say that was those are our non-Lego takeaways. That video game, Hold Fast, and the other one, what was it? The Seahawk. Go watch the movie The Seahawk from like 1940, starring Errol Flynn.
That's your homework.
Yeah, and then I'd like to see comments about it in the next video. So
yes.
Great show, fellas.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. It's really nice talking to everyone, and thanks for your participation. And anyone's comment that we didn't read out, I apologize. We'll get at it next week. Nice one, everyone.
Have a great day and night, General Sean,
sure.
and everyone else who's
enjoy your day, America, and enjoy your evening. The rest, yeah. And thank you for joining the channel. Like, subscribe, drop a comment once it's posted for the rewatch. We appreciate all that. The time we're halfway to monetization for the time needed to be watched. We're just cooking on watch hours. So keep that going, and we're gonna make it happen. And we're gonna keep this. We'll become the biggest Lego live stream in the world. So that's the goal. We're on it. Certainly, the most frank and open. Anyway, nice one, dude.
All right. Have a good one, everybody. We'll tune in next week for the next live.